It's your girl Melissa back with another video. So, have you ever wondered why guys tend to be attracted to mean girls or the bitch, or even women tend to be attracted to the bad boy? That's the stigma that our society has. And in today's video, I'll be talking about some of those reasons why it appears that way. But it's really some other things going on. So number one would definitely have to be being too agreeable, you know, not being assertive enough. And I observed this actually on a date that I had. Um, the waiter, or my date, I would say, brought out or ordered a ravioli. I was trying to not say specifics, but you know what? Hey, whatever. He probably won't even watch this video. So my date ordered ravioli, and the waiter took a really, really long time to bring out the food. And then when he finally did bring out the food, it was the wrong order. Okay? And my date was like, no, it's okay. I'm like, is the food even hot? And he was like, the bottom is hot, but. And I was just sitting there wondering, what's stopping this guy from telling the waiter, you got my order wrong? Um, and being assertive. And it was a little bit of a turn off because men that that I tend to be attracted to are more vocal about what it is that they want and what they're paying for. I mean, this guy was paying for this food and it wasn't what he ordered. And then I spoke to him actually later on the next day, and he said he wasn't feeling well. It was probably from something he ate. And I'm like, yeah, because you didn't eat what you ordered. That's the problem. It's like not even sitting right with your soul. Your stomach is rejecting it, literally. You know, and I think that's, goes for men too. I think that men tend to be attracted to women that know exactly what they want and they're, vocal. And it can come across as them preferring bitches or mean spirited women, but I don't think it's necessarily that. I think that people in general like when someone has the ability to take up for themselves and say what they want. So, yeah, that's it. Next one would definitely be needing too much reassurance. That can be a turn off for men and women. For men, the bad boy definitely doesn't need the reassurance of a woman at all. He knows he's all that, okay? And the bitch, or the mean girl, she knows she's all that too. She's super confident. She doesn't need to constantly ask a man, um, are you happy with me? Do you love me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do you like other girls? The mean girl doesn't do that. And the bad boy doesn't really care either. He's not, constantly asking a woman what does she think about where this relationship is going. Um, is she sure that she's ready to settle down with him? He doesn't do that. And so I feel like you can have the ability to not need reassurance without having that label of being the bad boy or the bad girl, the mean girl. It's just all about exuding self confidence and knowing that you're the prize and you don't necessarily need anyone to convince you of that. The next one would definitely be oversharing. I feel like people tend to overshare out of nervousness. out of lack of self-confidence. So the bad boy is very vague. You know, he doesn't share much, if anything. And the mean girl, she doesn't do it either. You know, she kind of keeps the guy guessing. She kind of keeps him, you know, hanging on to every word that she says. And the bad boy does that too. However, you can not necessarily, like the previous one, you don't necessarily have to have that label in order to not overshare. You know, especially when you're getting to know someone in the very beginning stages. Like, consider yourself an onion that has layers that need to be pulled back gradually, you know, and the longer that you get to know this person, the more you can share with them. You don't necessarily have to put everything out there, you know, because that could be a turn off a little bit. And it can come across as being needy, also, like needing this person's approval or being too honest, you know. Men and women that do this come across, you know, as just, it's a turn off. I don't really know how it comes across. Like, desperate. Yeah. Pretty much like you feel like you need to tell people everything, little detail about your life. You don't. You really don't. You know. Tell the truth. Like, if someone asks you a question, definitely tell the truth. Definitely, you know, even if you're uncomfortable answering something, you can tell them that okay, well, I don't feel like that's appropriate information for you to know right now. But don't like go into your whole life story on the first date or even the fifth date. um, the next one would definitely be being able to be controlled. Like, that's a turn off. So the bad boy cannot be controlled. The mean girl cannot be controlled. Nobody likes to have that power. Like, we say that we want, you know, someone that is going to do whatever we want them to do. Like, sometimes people say that, but nobody really wants that, because when you get someone that's like super submissive and you're like, I'm gonna need you to call me at exactly 3 o'clock, and they're calling you at 2:59. Like, my clock says 2:59. I'm sorry. Like, is it 3:01 over there? You know, it's weird. Like, you don't. Nobody should want to be controlled, and nobody should even want like that control over a person. Like, you want someone that has their own mind, and that's a little sassy or a little, you know, argumentative from time to time, because it keeps you in suspense. It keeps things, the juices flowing, and it keeps everybody on their toes, you know. And I'm not necessarily saying that I'm not married, you know. I don't know how it works for married people. I know with getting to know someone in the beginning stages, like if you're too agreeable and you like give someone too much power over you, they'll take you for granted, you know. And nobody wants to feel like they're being taken advantage of. And a lot of the times when you give someone that control over you, it's out of lack of self-confidence. You feel like because maybe, you know, you don't want to cause any waves in the ocean, you want to make sure that you're keeping them happy, and it's really not that serious. Like, you don't have to bend over backwards to prove your worth to a person. Someone is usually going to like you because your vibe, your energy, you're a nice person, you're cool to hang around. Like, don't like not be yourself just to make someone else happy. And I think that's the pretty much the big idea here. You know, be yourself. You know, people are attracted to different types of people. Some people have personalities where they crave someone that's super authoritative. someone that is super assertive because maybe it's something that they're lacking in themselves. Sometimes people like people that are a little bit more submissive. So this video is not to like make you change who you are and how you are. It's just to help you think about why people tend to prefer the things that they do. And that's it. Like, I mean, I hope to see you again in the next video. This video was super like put together, super quick, and I did a video previous to this with my makeup tutorial. I don't know if it was a tutorial for other people or for myself, but that's why I look all like glamorous or whatever. But I hope to see you again in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. Talk to you soon. Bye.